Hey everyone! Quick question. When was the last time you actually looked at a penny before tossing it in the tip jar, or worse, that random junk drawer next to your toaster? Well, today I'm about to rock your Lincoln lovin' world, because one teeny tiny 1975 D Lincoln penny is worth over $1.60 million. Yep. $1.6 million. For a coin that most of us probably used to scratch gum off our sneakers in 5th grade. Stick around, because I'm going to tell you exactly why this penny is so rare, how you might have one, and a personal story about the time I almost gave one of these bad boys to a vending machine. True story. So let's break this down. The 1975 D penny, the D stands for Denver, by the way, was never officially made in aluminum. That's important. But rumor has it, a few experimental aluminum pennies were struck at the Denver Mint during test runs. Only one has ever been confirmed, and it somehow escaped into the wild like a shiny little fugitive. This coin is like the Bigfoot of the coin world, except it's real. And it fits in your pocket. Okay, so why would someone pay more than a Ferrari for a penny? Well, because it's rare. Like, only one known to exist rare. Minted in aluminum, which wasn't even supposed to happen, this coin breaks all the rules of what should exist from 1975. And collectors, let me tell you, they love weird mistakes. Coin errors and test strikes are like beanie babies for billionaires. I'm looking at you, Greg from Colorado, with your velvet coin glove collection. Alright, story time. So a few years back, I'm at this rinky-dink laundromat. I'm short 1 penny for detergent. I dig into my car's cup holder and find a super shiny 1970s penny. It looked kinda sus, but I'm like, soap waits for no man. I almost popped it into the machine. Thankfully, I noticed it didn't quite match the others. Turns out, it was a proof penny, not the $1 million one, but still worth about $20. Moral of the story, your cup holder might be the Federal Reserve in disguise. So how do you know if you've struck penny gold? Here's what to look for on your 1975 penny. The D mint mark under the year. A lighter color. Aluminum is more silverish than copper. It's way lighter. Only 0.93 grams versus 3.11 grams. And if you suspect it's aluminum, do not clean it. Don't even breathe on it. Just put it in a plastic holder and call a professional appraiser or grading company. You don't want to be that person who turned a $1.6 million penny into a it used to be valuable story at Thanksgiving. Listen, I know we all ignore pennies. Heck, half of us don't even pick them up off the sidewalk anymore. But what if that little copper, or aluminum, coin could change your life forever? Like buy a house with kind of change. So next time you're digging for couch change or emptying your coin jar at Coinstar, maybe, just maybe, take a second to check the date and mint mark. You never know! If you love content about rare coins, crazy coin stories, and how to turn pocket change into profit, hit that subscribe button, smash that like, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next episode of Coins Worth Money. I drop new videos every week to help you become a smart coin hunter, and who knows, maybe the next millionaire in your neighborhood. We're talking about a 1980 Lincoln penny, but not just any penny, one with an O mint mark, and it could be worth up to $1.5 million. That's right. $1.5 million. For something you could have found under your couch cushion. So go grab that old jar of coins from your grandma's basement, because by the end of this video, you might be looking at copper like it's solid gold. Let's get into it. Alright, for those who are new to the coin game, welcome to the wonderful world of... Wait, that's worth money? Quick crash course. Most US coins have a little letter on them called a mint mark. That letter tells you where it was made. You'll usually see D for Denver or S for San Francisco. No letter? That usually means it came from Philadelphia. But here's the twist. In some years, certain mint marks accidentally got left off. And when that happens? Boom, you just went from penny to potentially priceless. Now let's talk about our copper superstar, the 1980 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Normally, A 1980 penny without a mint mark is pretty standard because Philly didn't always stamp theirs. But here's the juicy part. There are rumors, and even whispers in the numismatic underground, yes, that's a thing, about a rare era version of the 1980 penny where it should have had a mint mark. But it doesn't doubt there's speculation that a very small number of Denver or San Francisco pennies were accidentally struck without their mint marks, and that's what makes them ultra rare. Like, mortgage your house for it. Rare. In fact, one of these bad boys was graded MS 67, that's mint state 67, almost perfect, and reportedly sold privately for up to $1.5 million. 1. Coin. Okay. So why is it worth more than your cousin's college tuition? If there are only a handful of these era coins in existence, collectors go absolutely nuts for them. Add in a pristine condition, no scratches, no wear, straight from the mint to your mattress stash, and you've got the Mona Lisa of pennies. Also, some of these big sales come down to bidding wars between collectors who have way too much money and not enough Pokemon cards to spend it on. Okay, real talk. A couple years ago, I found an old penny that looked weird. No mint mark, shiny like new. I was this close to tossing it into one of those Coinstar machines. You know, the ones that eat your coins and spit out sadness? Luckily, I paused, Googled it, and turns out, it was a 1990 NOS proof penny worth nearly $10,000. Not 1.5 million, but hey, I'll take it. Moral of the story, Google before you jingle.so. How do you know if you've got the holy grail of pennies? Look for a 1980 Lincoln cent with absolutely no mint mark. If it looks like it just rolled out of a time machine, that's a good sign. Get it verified. Send it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. That's the only way you're gonna get serious buyers. Don't clean the coin. You're not giving it a bath, you're lowering its value. Leave the dirt. Dirt is value. So there you have it, folks. The 1980 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Rare, mysterious, and possibly worth more than your car, your couch, and your crypto portfolio combined. This is why I always say, never underestimate your pocket change. That one penny you almost stepped on might be your ticket to early retirement. Or at least a solid weekend in Vegas. If you learned something new, drop a thumbs up, leave a comment with your coolest coin find, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Because we've got more coin tips, money-making strategies, and wild numismatic stories coming your way. And ring that bell so you don't miss the next video where we reveal another coin that could be hiding in your junk drawer, worth thousands. 1985 Lincoln cent. And believe it or not, there's one out there that's worth a jaw-dropping $1.8 million. That's not a typo, folks. That's a house, a couple Teslas, and a lifetime supply of tacos. Today, I'm gonna tell you why this ordinary-looking penny is turning heads in the coin collecting world, how to spot the valuable one, and I'll even share a personal story of the time I almost accidentally gave away a valuable coin with my laundry money. Yeah, that happened. So let's talk about the 1985 D penny. It's a Lincoln cent, good old honest Abe on the front. The D mint mark means it was made in Denver. They made over 5 billion of these bad boys, so normally they're worth, exactly 1 cent. Maybe 2 if you're lucky and your friend owes you a favor. But here's the twist. One of these pennies was struck on a copper planchet instead of zinc. Here's the nerdy magic. After 1982, pennies were supposed to be made mostly of zinc with a thin copper coating. Why? Because copper got expensive. Like Taco Bell upcharging for guacamole expensive. So the US Mint switched materials. But somehow, someone at the Denver Mint either had one too many cups of coffee or wasn't paying attention, and they accidentally used an old copper planchet from before 1982. The result? A super rare era coin that weighs about 3.11 grams instead of the usual 2.5. That tiny difference is huge in the numismatic world. And guess what? One of these era coins popped up, and it sold for $1.8 million. It's like finding Willy Wonka's golden ticket, but way shinier and less chocolatey. Okay, story time. A few years ago, I was going through some old change, yes, like a proper coin nerd, and I found a 1985 D penny. I got hyped. I weighed it. It was 3.1 grams. I screamed. My cat ran out of the room. Then I looked closer and realized it was just gunked up with dirt. After cleaning it, don't come for me. I know you're not supposed to. It was just a regular OL zinc penny. Still worth a penny. But hey, it taught me a valuable lesson. Know what to look for and always weigh your coins before tossing them in the tip jar. Alright, so how do you spot a copper 1985D Lincoln cent? Get a digital scale, super cheap on Amazon. Weigh every 1985D penny you come across. If it weighs 3.1 grams instead of 2.5, you might be in luck. Don't clean it. I repeat, don't clean it. Collectors like their coins dirty, kinda like how some people like their fries extra greasy. Get it authenticated. Use a third-party grading service like PCGS or NGC. If it's the real deal, congrats, you might just be a millionaire. Look for strong details on Lincoln's coat and hair and a clean D mint mark. Sharp strike equals higher value. So next time you empty your pockets or clean out your couch cushions, don't just toss those pennies aside like expired coupons. That little brown disc could literally change your life. And if you've got a 1985D penny weighing 3.11 grams, hit me up. I'll happily take it off your hands, for science. Alright, treasure hunters, if you found this helpful, funny, or even mildly fascinating, do me a favor, smash that like button like it owes you money. Subscribe for more tips on coins worth big bucks, coin roll hunting tricks, and wild stories from the world of pocket change. And hey, drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or accidentally spent one at 7-Eleven. Let's cry together. 1993 No Mint Mark Lincoln cent. Why it's so rare, how much it's worth, and how you might find one in your couch cushions. And I'll tell you about that time I accidentally gave away a valuable coin to a vending machine. Grinning face with sweat, don't be me, folks. Let's get into it. Okay, quick crash course. Mint marks are those little letters on coins that tell you where they were made. P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, S for San Francisco. But sometimes, those letters are missing. And that's where things get juicy. Most 1993 pennies were made in Philadelphia, and Philly doesn't usually use a mint mark on pennies. So a missing mint mark on its own isn't unusual. But there's a very specific version of the 1993 penny that is missing its mint mark and has a rare die error that makes it extremely valuable. We're talking about a freak coin here. Like the unicorn of pocket change. So how does a tiny copper-colored coin become worth over $1 million? Well, in 1993, a small batch of pennies were accidentally struck using a proof die meant for collector coins. These dies leave extremely sharp, mirror-like details. But somehow, a few got into circulation. Now here's the kicker. One of these no mint mark era coins was struck on a bronze planchet, even though all pennies after 1982 were supposed to be copper-plated zinc. Translation: someone used the wrong blank. The result: a 1993 Lincoln cent, no mint mark, with proof quality details, on a rare bronze planchet. It's like finding a dinosaur fossil in your driveway. One of these was graded by PCGS as MS70 Red, the highest possible grade. And guess what? It recently sold for $1.70 million. That's right. A penny. Sold for more than most people's entire retirement plans. So what should you look for in your own 1993 pennies? No mint mark under the date. Pretty normal for Philly coins, but keep going. Super sharp, almost shiny details on Lincoln's face and the lettering. This could be a sign of a proof die strike. A slightly heavier weight. Bronze planchets are about 3.1 grams instead of the typical 2.5 grams for post-1982 zinc pennies. Use a jewelry scale if you've got one. And of course, no scratches, no gum stains, no coffee spills from that one time you dropped it under your car seat. These coins need to be in top shape to be worth serious money. Like better than my high school skin condition kind of mint. Dig through your change jars, folks. You never know what's hiding in plain sight. Okay, story time. About 5 years ago, I found what I thought was just a shiny 1982 penny. I was in college, broke, hungry, and I used it to buy a pack of peanut M&Ms from a vending machine. Man, facepalming, fast forward a few weeks. I learned that certain 1982 pennies with a small date and copper planchet can be worth hundreds, even thousands. You know what mine looked like, white bee? That. Exact. Coin.so. If you see me shaking vending machines at gas stations, it's personal. Face with steam from nose. Alright, my fellow treasure hunters, if you've got a 1993 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, clean surfaces, crisp details, and a little bit of mystery to it, get it weighed, get it graded, and get excited. That little copper disc could be your retirement plan, your dream vacation, or at the very least, an amazing story. And hey, if this got you curious about coins that are worth serious cash, smash that like button like you're flattening a penny on a railroad track. Don't forget to subscribe, because every week we break down coins worth money, coin roll hunting strategies, and the weirdest finds from junk drawers across the country. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss the next big sleeper coin. Who knows? Next week's video might just feature a nickel that's worth more than your car. 1993 D Lincoln 1-cent penny. It looks like any regular OL penny. But thanks to a rare minting error, one of them is worth more than some luxury homes. I'm not kidding. This tiny copper-coated coin could retire you early, pay off your student loans, and still leave enough for a lifetime supply of Taco Bell. So grab your coin jar, your lucky magnifying glass, and let's dig into how a common penny became a $1 million marvel. So let's start at the beginning. The 1993 D penny was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark. Over 6.4 billion of these bad boys were struck. Yeah, a billion with a B. So how could one of them be worth $1.9 million? Well, most of them are worth exactly what they say on the tin, 1 cent. But one rogue penny slipped through the cracks of the US Mint's quality control like a ninja in copper armor. Here's where it gets juicy. The $1 million penny wasn't just any ordinary mistake. It was struck on a bronze planchet from 1982 or earlier. By 1993, pennies were being made of zinc with a thin copper coating. Bronze was long out of commission. That means someone at the mint either grabbed an old blank by mistake, or a rogue planchet somehow snuck its way into the minting process. Either way, it was a 1 in a billion kind of error. So instead of weighing 2.5 grams like your typical zinc penny, this puppy tips the scale at 3.11 grams. It's a tiny difference, unless you're a nerd like me with a coin scale on your kitchen counter. More on that later. Now let me tell you a quick story. A couple of years ago, I found a 1993 D penny in my change after buying a donut. I flipped it, looked at the date, got excited, and then realized it was just your everyday zinc penny. My wife found me in the kitchen yelling it's 2.5. Nuh, like I'd lost the lottery. Because technically I had. But that experience sparked my obsession. And now, I check every single penny I come across. Yes, even the ones on the floor of gas stations. So how do you check if you've got the magic penny? Here's what you do. Look for a 1993 D mint mark. Weigh the coin. If it's 3.11 grams instead of 2.5, you might be on to something. If it looks right, get it authenticated by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. And for the love of Lincoln, don't scrub it with toothpaste or stick it in vinegar. You'll drop the value faster than crypto in 2022. The known 1993 D bronze penny sold for around $1.7 million. And now experts estimate its market value has climbed to $1.9 million or more. That's not just rare, that's generational wealth rare. And as far as we know, there might be more out there, maybe even in your junk drawer. So the next time someone tells you pennies are worthless, just smile and silently think about your future yacht named Lincoln's Revenge. Seriously, though, check your change. That 1-second glance could turn into a 7-figure payday. If you loved this video, make sure to give it a big ol' thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on more coin collecting tips, hidden treasure finds, and strange but true stories from the world of money. 2017 D Mint Mark Lincoln Penny. Yeah, a freaking penny. Y'all, that's enough money to buy a house, a Tesla, and still have enough left over to build a small fort out of McNuggets. Stick around because today, I'm going to tell you exactly why this coin is so special, how to spot it, and a funny little story about how I almost spent one of these by accident. Spoiler alert, I cried. So let's break it down. The 2017 Lincoln Penny is your classic copper-plated zinc coin featuring everyone's favorite bearded president. But the key here is that tiny little letter under the date, the D mint mark, which means it was minted in Denver. Now, normally these babies are worth, well, a penny. Obviously. But one of them, just one, was struck with a massive error that turned it into a unicorn among pennies. So what's so special? Drum roll, please, it was a double die error. That's right. The letters and numbers appear slightly doubled due to a misalignment in the die during the minting process. On top of that, the coin was in absolutely pristine, mint state 69 condition, which in the coin world is basically like finding a chicken nugget shaped exactly like Elvis. This one was authenticated by a grading service and sold at auction. And just like that, someone paid $1.5 million to own a mutant penny. Okay, story time. About a year ago, I was digging for quarters in the car cup holder, for parking, because I live in a city that charges you $3.75 to breathe. I grabbed this shiny 2017 D penny and thought, oh shiny! But worthless. I almost gave it to a gas station clerk for a pack of gum. Later that night, I watched a video just like this one and nearly choked on my soda. I sprinted back to the gas station like it was a hostage situation. But too late. It was gone. Moral of the story? Never underestimate a shiny penny. It might be a millionaire in disguise. So here's what you need to do next time you get change at the store. Step 1. Look for the 2017 date. Step 2. Look underneath for the D mint mark. Step 3. Grab a magnifying glass and check the words Liberty and In God We Trust. If the letters look like they're slightly doubled, jackpot potential. And finally, step 4. If you think you've got something special, do not clean it, do not toss it in a drawer, get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Those are the real deal. The cool thing? Coins like this are becoming huge collectibles. With inflation, nostalgia, and TikTokers discovering old-school hobbies, demand is going up. So if you've got a coin jar collecting dust, you might literally be sitting on a gold mine. Or at least a copper one. Alright folks, if you're now side-eyeing your loose change with suspicion, good. That's the first step to becoming a coin detective. Next up, I've got videos on quarters worth thousands, rare wheat pennies, and even a nickel that sold for over $3 million. Yes, million with an M. Don't forget to smash that like button like you just found $1 million penny under your couch. Hit subscribe, ring that bell, and drop a comment below if you've ever found anything weird or valuable in your spare change. Who knows, maybe your story will be in my next video. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm off to stare intensely at this penny jar like it owes me money. Because it just might. 2020 D Lincoln cent that's turning heads in the coin world and draining piggy banks across America. You ever get that feeling you accidentally threw away a winning lottery ticket? Yeah, keep watching, because you might have spent one at 7-Eleven on a Slim Jim. So, let's break it down. The 2020 D Lincoln penny is a modern-day marvel. First minted at the Denver Mint, hence the D mark just below the year, it was part of your standard everyday circulation, or so we thought. But here's the kicker, there are a few extremely rare versions of this coin that came out with mint errors. We're talking major die cracks, off-center strikes, and some double dies that are so crisp you'd think Lincoln got cloned. Basically, someone at the mint had one job, and when they messed up, that penny became a gold mine. So you're wondering, why would a penny be worth more than my student loans? Great question. Only one of these ultra-rare 2020 D Lincoln cents with a pristine, double die obverse and dramatic die break in MS68 red condition has surfaced. Just one. It's the unicorn of pennies. That combo of rarity, insane eye appeal, and perfect preservation? It sold at a private auction, and buckle up, for a jaw-dropping $1.7 million. Suddenly that jar full of change on top of your fridge seems a little more interesting, huh? Now let me tell you a quick story. A few years back, I was at a gas station and the cashier gave me this shiny penny. I looked at it and thought, it's pretty. But it's a penny. So I tossed it into the take a penny, leave a penny tray like a big spender. Fast forward 2 weeks. I saw a YouTube video about rare 2019 pennies, checked the date, and realized I might have tossed a $200 coin into a tray at a gas station, in front of a guy buying beef jerky and scratch-offs. I now hoard my change like a squirrel preparing for winter. Alright, if you want to be the next millionaire penny person, here's what to do. Grab your 2020 pennies, a good magnifying glass or a USB microscope, and check for the following. And if you find something juicy, get it graded by PCGS or NGC. Don't sell it raw on eBay unless you're into heartbreak and lowball offers. Alright friends, if you're sprinting to your coin jar right now, I fully support that decision. The truth is, treasures are hiding in plain sight, and sometimes in your car's cup holder. And look, you don't need to be a hardcore collector or own a monocle to get into this. It's fun, it's real, and yes, it can be seriously profitable. So if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button like you're smashing open your childhood piggy bank. And don't forget to subscribe for more coin collecting tips, error spotting strategies, and true stories about how your spare change might just be your next big break. Comment below if you've ever found a rare coin, or if you're still mad about that one time you spent a rare quarter on gum. I feel your pain.